Hi everybody and welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing, this is just going to be a simple decoupage project. We are going to be doing some layering of the decoupage. This is something I've done before, but this is a new kind of spring baby animal project. So to start with, I have a bunch of these scrap wood kind of house shapes that I cut out a long time ago. And if you've been kind of hanging out on my socials, you will have seen that I moved my workshop from the store to my house. So I'm finding all these goodies that I forgot I had. So I'm going to be using this one today, and I cut it into the shape of kind of a barn. And I thought originally that I would use paint it red and then do a little animal decoupaged on top of it. But then I thought, why not use the corrugated metal? Why not? So that's what I'm gonna go with. Then I wanna use this rusty bit. So I'm going to put that right down here at the bottom. I think that will be perfect. There's my scissors. So I'm still figuring out where all my stuff is. New space, everything's on the opposite side. I'm used to working with all of my products on my right-hand side, and they're now all on my left because it's just the way this space worked out. So I'm just going to trim this a little bit bigger than my block. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of trace out another one, the same thing. So I have both sides ready to go. Because on this piece, because it is a pretty light wood, I'm not going to underpaint it. I'm just going to, maybe, I'm thinking out loud again. Okay, so now I have both sides and I'll worry about the edges later. Yeah, I'm not gonna underpaint. I'm just gonna apply it exactly how it is. It's pretty light, so I don't think it's going to affect the overall look of the paper too much. So I'm going to be using clear patina to apply the decoupage. It's my medium of choice when it comes to stuff like this. And I'm going to mist this paper first, just so I get a nice smooth application. Misting the paper first kind of gets it to stretch out and cooperate a little bit more. And this is on raw wood. So you can see a little bit of the wood underneath, but I think that's just going to add to the look that I'm going for, that kind of rustic look. Not a problem at all. I'm just going to brush a coat over top. Okay, now I'm going to dry this with a heat tool just so I can work on the back side right away. Okay. So Now let's get this back side. Same idea. I'm actually going to mist this first. Just gently pushing it as I lay it down to get it on there smooth so there's no bubbles. So my issue is that this raw wood is totally sucking up my clear patina, and that's causing a problem. It's sucking it up and then there's nothing to use to adhere, so it just wants to come right back off. So I'm going to have to do a second coat, especially around these edges, to make sure it's sealing in there. This is why I should have went with my gut and did my underpainting, because that would have sealed that wood in. Always figuring stuff out as I go, because this just wants to peel right back. Okay, that seems to be holding it down way better. I'm probably still gonna have to come back and touch some of those edges up. Oh, I forgot to mist this. I'm losing it. So now we have to trim these edges off. So I'm just going to use the edge of the table and sand down on the edge of the block, and that will sand off any excess. Sometimes these blocks, when you have kind of a beveled edge, you gotta work a little bit harder to get that edge, because you may have gotten some of your decoupage medium on that little beveled part. That looks so cool. I'm going to use, I think, Dark and Decrepit to stain this edge. I think that's gonna look really cool. Okay, I'm gonna give this a little bit more heat to dry. I like that just the way it is. Looks kind of cool just like that. But there is a super cute little donkey on this that I've wanted to use forever. Just this little guy. And I thought he would look so adorable standing. Oh, I just noticed that half of his butt is cut off. Is it like that on all of them, or do I have a... Oh no, he's like that. Okay, well that works, I guess. I'm going to put him right on the edge. So I'm gonna fussy cut around him just with water. So I've just got a small brush, and it's kind of a liner brush. But I'm going to use it to just, actually I'm going to cut him out first so I'm not fighting with this whole sheet. Okay, that's a little bit better. So let's fussy cut this little guy out. So I'm just going with the water kind of right on the edge and trying to make a fine line to cut. I want to get as close to him as possible. But I don't want to cut him out with scissors because then that's going to leave a sharp edge, and I don't want to deal with that sharp edge. I like the kind of torn edge you get. So I'm just going to cut right along here too, regardless of putting him off the edge, just 'cause. So I'm just going in short little bits, because the longer you leave the water sit on it, on the paper, it will actually spread more. So I'm trying to catch it before it spreads too much. Okay, now around his little legs they're gonna be tricky. See how that's giving him just kind of a fuzzy little outline? See how you can see that? That's perfect. It's a perfect little outline. Kind of like a little halo around him. This little fine line brush is actually working perfect for me to just get that really close cut around the image. Ta-da! There we go. Perfect. So now I want to set him kind of right on this edge because, like I said, half of his little, well, not half, but a good chunk of his little butt is missing. So I'm going to set him there. But now I'm kind of thinking I'm going to want to put some transfer here. But first, because I might want to, I'm going to want to wrap this around. So then I'm going to have to do my staining on this. So, and for that, I'm using Dark and Decrepit. DIY Paints Dark and Decrepit. So this is a patina as well, like the clear patina, but it's pigmented. Now I'm just gently lifting this up as I'm rubbing it down, lifting the backing paper up as I go, and just do that slowly so you can see if there's any bits that get left on the backing paper. It should come off clean. And then just gently go and burnish. You want to do this gently. You don't want to just pull this off and just gibber over it, because if there's any loose bits, you could catch it with the edge and peel it right off, and you don't want to do that. But it's important to burnish your transfer down just to make sure it's all on there. I will be sealing this down after, just because of the transfer. I want to make sure that that's sealed on there. There we go. So there's this, it's subtle, but I think it adds a little bit of oomph on there. And now for this little guy. So for him, I don't want him to blend into the background. So I'm going to use, I've got a sheet of like a heavier plastic, but thicker than food wrap, but not as thick as like an IOD thin mount. But I need to paint the back of my little piece of decoupage paper, the little donkey. I need to paint him white on the back. So I just need a little touch of paint and a small brush. I'm gonna go with this one, but I don't know if it's gonna be the right one. So I'm just gonna give this paper a little mist of water, and I'm gonna take my little donkey and I'm gonna stick him right side down into that mist of water. And that's gonna hold him there. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in a bit. Okay. So now I'm just gonna take this paint and I'm going to paint the back side of my little donkey. And you don't have to go right to the edge. Actually staying away right from the edge will help it blend in a little bit better, help that edge blend in. And I'm using, this is DIY paint, and I'm just using it full strength. I haven't watered it down or anything like that. I'm just putting it on. And I don't want to just glob it on there because I don't want it to squirt out from behind. Okay, so that is simple. And now I'm going to take my clear patina again, and I'm going to brush that here where this little guy is going. And then I'm going to take him and set him where I want him. And I'm just going to use this plastic and then just peel that up. So before I go over it with the clear patina again, I'm just going to dab here just to make sure there's no white paint that's kind of sticking out. And then I'm going to go over him to seal him in. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go over this transfer right over it with the clear patina. Because remember, I said the patinas are a sealer as well. So I can use it to seal in that transfer. That looks pretty cute. I think it looks pretty cute. So that's an easy way to layer decoupage paper. And I know this is a project that we've done before, but they're always fun to revisit these not old, but these techniques to kind of keep it fresh in your mind on how those work. Give this a dry. I'm using my more gentle heat tool this time because of the transfer. Transfers are delicate, so you don't want to blast over that with super high heat. You have to be very, very careful. Okay, now I feel like I should be adding something else here. What else should I add? Well, maybe I'm just gonna go and do a little bit of shading. I'm just gonna put a dot of that right there. Let's do a little bit of shading. I just need a kind of a scraggly little brush. So I'm just dabbing here around his little feet, his little hooves. I'm just kind of going where the shading is on the leaves, just kind of on that side. I can kind of see on the transfer. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit more to that edge. Just adding little bits. Sometimes that just kind of adds to your project. Those little little bitty touches like that. That's not the kind of touch I was wanting to add, but and now I'm gonna do some splatter. It's like Lexi says, splatter always adds. It always helps. I don't know if this is gonna be the right brush. Little bit of splatter, some oomph. And I think that's good. So now you can always do something similar or opposite on the other side, and then you can flip it around. You can change it up. You can set it on a shelf and then you can change it when you want to. There we go. Oops. I think he's cute. So there's a cute little project just using scraps. I didn't use a full sheet of decoupage paper for any of the parts. They were bits that I had left over, even the corrugated metal. And the transfer was just a piece that I had left over from the Whispering Willow transfer. So never throw out those scraps, because now we can do something else on the back side. I'm actually thinking about that right now, because this little cow, let's put the cow on. Okay, so here we have a super cute little donkey and super cute little, I don't know what kind of cow he is. Is he a Hereford? I'm not even sure. Let's just go with that. Hereford or Simmental. One of the two, right? I think so. There we go. I think it's cute. And now you got a sweet little shelf sitter, little farm animal shelf sitter that you could flip. When you get bored of the little donkey, you can put the little calf. It's perfect. I think it's perfect. It's super cute. Thank you so much for joining me with this little project on layering your decoupage and adding some transfers in there too. So this is now a cute little shelf sitter that you can flip around with a different image on either side. I think it turned out super cute, and it's a really quick and simple project just on a scrap chunk of wood. So easy, very easy. If you have any questions about any of the products that I've used or any products that I carry, just pop that in the comments and I will answer your questions. And if I don't know the answers, I will find them for you. Also, any of the products that I've used in this video are available in my online store, so that's sentimentalsalvage.ca, and I will also put links to the collection that I used on this project in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great day.